What's up, everyone? It's your boy Jermaine back on another live stream. Thought I would go live, come hang out, come chill. The topic for tonight is it worth it moving to San Francisco? I mean, is it? Yeah, let's just talk about it. Let's answer some questions, or maybe you should move somewhere else. Now of course we'll talk about other things in the stream. Like that's not gonna be the only thing we'll talk about, but like that's sort of the direction where we want to go in the stream. But what's going on, everyone? What is up? What is up, everyone? How are you? I am good in the Richmond in the house. What's up, Richmond? Across the bay. I just unboxed some R RBG lights. They're really cool. I'll show you guys what they can do in just a minute when some more people get into the stream. But I noticed that like my I'm only using one light right now and to light me up, and it looks really good from here. So I'm pretty stoked. You love San Francisco. I love San Francisco too. I love the city. I love the city, but there are some things that we could probably talk about that makes the city very challenging to live in. And I'm not talking about you know, like the crime is one thing that is sort of spiking up just recently. I'm just noticing a lot more people in the city. So yeah, like the crime is getting out of hand. And there's a lot of other cool places to live right now, guys. There's a lot of other cool places to live. I mean, the city life is it's sort of on the it's kind of not as cool right now because of the pandemic. Found your channel by Googling San Francisco after I visit. Oh, that's awesome. You found me. Are you gonna start back traveling? I'm not gonna try to start back. I'm not gonna travel for some time. How is your new scooter doing? The new scooter is, I don't know. I'm getting a lot of error messages. Getting a lot of error messages. I'm getting this error message 7, and now I'm getting error message 10, whatever that means. And it smells like it has this funny smell near the motor. So I don't know if, yeah, I don't know. Give it to us straight. What are you doing? You moving? What do you mean am I moving? No, I'm definitely not moving. Like I live here. Not moving anytime. I don't plan on moving anytime. I plan on, staying here. So yeah, that is Jay can't travel. He owns crap now. No, I can totally travel. It's called just put stuff in storage. That's what it's called. For trolleys running. So the trolleys are running on Powell Street, I've noticed. I don't know if all the trolleys are running, but definitely on Powell Street, the trolleys are running for sure. I used to live in Kahala. Oh, yeah, that part of the city. Oh, I want to say like people are definitely moving back, over in Kahala and also near the area near the what's that big tower in the city over there by North Beach? Coit Tower. I noticed for a minute it was a lot of vacancies over there and also the marina. But the marina is a very desirable area just because the marina in that Cow Hollow area is not as densely populated as other parts of the city. It's something that I don't think a lot of people really realize about that part of the city in the city. It's not as densely populated. And what I mean by that is you don't have as many apartment. You have a lot of apartments, but you have a lot of 3-story apartments. Okay. You have a lot of 3-story apartments, and you also have a lot of these large houses over there. Versus in other parts of the city, the Mission, downtown, Mission Bay, Buildings are a little bit taller, so you can pack more people in there, which is gonna make it feel like there's more people around. But in a place like Marina, Kahalo, that's one cool thing about that area. It's not as densely populated, you know? Hey, Gucci just joined the live. Did I miss a lot? No, 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 no. You just I just jumped in. I just started. Thought I would do a little live stream really fast. I'm gonna go. I got something I'm gonna do a little bit later, but I wanted to do a live stream because I want to like come hang out for like at least an hour. With y'all or so. And yeah, so this is our time. We got a little. We got some time to chill. We got a little hour or so, and yeah. So just recently, I thought I would show you guys. I think this is really cool. I don't know, maybe I thought this is really cool, but this is one of the things that came in the mail today that I bought. I actually bought one. I think I'm probably gonna buy another one if not two more because they're really freaking cool. But basically, I don't know if you guys noticed, but like I'm gonna cut my lights. I'm gonna cut this light off and I'm gonna show you guys the difference. Because this is a new light I'm using, and this light's like badass, yo. Okay. Now, this is just me sitting in a room, right, with the curtains closed. Now, normally I wouldn't have the curtains closed, but this is just me sitting in a room, curtains closed. Okay. Doesn't look bad, all right? Now, before I was using this right here. Now, before I was using a setup like this, okay? I really like this setup. I like this setup. I thought this setup was really, really cool, okay? Because it was just really, really bright. It's studio bright. Now, the big problem is in this hour, it's cool for it to be this bright. But if I'm streaming at midnight or if I'm streaming at 3 in the morning, guess what? I really don't want the lights this bright. And if people are watching in the middle of the night, they're probably going to be like, why is it so bright? So that's why I switched to this. 1 second. I'm going to cut these lights off really fast. Now, once again, this is no lights. This is just a computer. Now, the cool thing about the computer is I can brighten up the screen on the computer and it'll make it look a little bit brighter. I actually don't want to do that because I want to cut this light on here. Now, this light may be a little bright now, right? It may be a little bright, but you could do things like this, like, ooh, ah, ooh. So I just got this light, and since I just got it, oh, you said it's shining on my forehead. Since I just got it, I'm still trying to figure out like how to use it, like trying to figure out the perfect place to put it, the perfect angle, the perfect like. I see some people online they'll have like one like here, but like off to the side so you can't see it on camera, and then they'll have like blue facing this way, and then they'll have like red facing this way, and it just makes for a really, really, really cool. It just makes for a really, really cool video and it's not too bright. You could also do things like you could change the brightness on it, right? Now, right now it's still daytime outside, and by being daytime outside, it's going to be light coming in because I have this huge window, right? So it's going to be a lot of light coming in, right? But Yeah, it's really cool. I just got it. I'm just been experimenting with it a little bit. I think I'm gonna leave it on this color. This is a little bit of a pinkish color. Like this is what the app looks like. Like you can just sit there and like control it, like with the whole app. And these apps are pretty cool. Hey, what's going on, Marty? What is up? What greetings from Brazil? What up, Nina from Brazil? How's everyone doing? Purple Rain. Yeah, this is I know this live stream is supposed to be about San Francisco. You're moving here, but check this out. When you live streaming, you always, getting something to make your little stream a little better. And yeah, this is a light I really like. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. Um, I wish I could show it to you, but I don't feel like going around moving it around and all that. Man, that is cold in Bresta, just like San Francisco. Oh, it's cold. I Brista, yeah. More yellow, more yellow. USA, USA, the best. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out. It's tricky. It's tricky. Any tips for getting around SF without a card? Yo, you come to the right place. You definitely come to the right place to ask a question like that. Any tips for getting around SF without a card? Okay. First off, look, let me tell you something about SF. Please let me tell you something. Let me tell you a story. When I first moved here, I was living at Hyde and Gary Street. Okay. I found a job at Hyde and Beach Street. Now, since I just first moved to the city, like I loved it, right? I was like, dope. Like I found a job. Now this is really far away. These two streets are far, and if you go straight up Hyde Street, you're going to go up a insane hill. This hill's going to be crazy, right? And for the first week, I want to say for like the first week, yo, I took Hyde Street every day. And I remember getting to work. I was so exhausted when I got to work because I would just go straight up Hyde Street. I thought, yo, I mean, my work's on this street. Like, I'm just gonna go this way. Like, this is obviously the fastest way, right? And I believe a couple days I walked, and a couple days I rode a bike or something. I remember it was just brutal. I hated it, yo. Oh, it's just like I had to walk up that big hill. And then someone said, yo, instead of walking up Hyde Street, you should take Polk Street. You have to walk just two streets over, but if you take Polk Street, it's much easier. Oh my gosh, I went over on Polk Street. Not only did I get there faster, but it was so much easier because I didn't have to climb up any freaking big hills. I mean, some of the hills were big, but nothing like Hyde Street. Nothing, nothing like Hyde Street. Hyde Street was like a monster. So basically, I say that to say that I say all of that to say this. It don't really matter how you're getting around the city. If you're on a bike, if you're on a bus, or if you're in a car, sometimes knowing the correct route to take will save you so much. Okay, will save you so much, especially if you're on a bike. Especially if you're on a bike, just knowing that I may have to walk 3 blocks over or 2 blocks over, but if I walk these 2 blocks over, it's going to be so much better than going straight up this way. And I see this all the time, especially in the city, since the tourists have been back. Since the tourists have been back in the city, there's certain places in the city that you don't really see normal people on. You don't really see like locals on bikes, pretty much. Like once you get up some of these big hills, you don't typically see people on bikes, right? Like just going to work. You know what I mean? You just don't. Because you live way up a big hill, it's just not so easy to freaking go ride a bike, right? Now, on the flip side, tourists, when they come to the city, they're going straight to Lombard Street, right? And they're like, "Oh, Lombard's up this street," and they look and they're like, "Oh my gosh, it's up this big hill." So what do? They just get off the bike and they walk up the hill, right? So like that's another thing I noticed about the city recently is you know, the tourists they'll take like the wrong routes and they'll just be walking up the hill and then it's like, yo, there's a different route you can take, but like they just don't know because they don't live here and they're just like, yo, let's just go this way. Like this is the fastest way. So however you get around the city, there's definitely different streets. I recommend um I saw I saw you on the hub. Can't find your channel name again. What is it? My channel name. My channel name is 901 Cali, I believe. Um I take tourist to Market Street. Oh, you take tourist to Market Street? Huh. Take tourist to market? Or when you say market, you mean Market Street? I would never live anywhere near the Bay Area. So question, why would you never live anywhere near the Bay Area? Oh, you're tripped out about earthquakes. You know something that had me kind of tripped out yesterday. I don't even want to talk about it because I don't want to really start thinking about it, but it was something that had me tripped out. I love your videos though. Oh, you love my videos. Oh, thanks. Thanks. Where are you watching from? I'm curious. Are you watching from um, you know, somewhere in California, or I mean, if you're afraid of earthquakes, I take it maybe you're not watching from California. Maybe you're watching from somewhere else. Yeah, I want to thank everyone for tuning in right now. If you're tuning in right now, I want you guys to hit the thumbs up. Like, go and hit the thumbs up on the video because we want to get some thumbs up. Like, go hit the thumbs up. I think I want to change the color too. I think that's better. Yeah, I think that's better. Yes. Hydrate. Love the consistency. What do you mean the consistency with the live streams or the consistency with the videos? I am just curious. What do you mean by that? Gotta go. Keep up the good work. Okay, all right, you gotta go. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for tuning in. Way better life. Okay, way better life like outside the city. You would say. Way better life outside the city. Where? Florida. The Florida Mumphreys. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for the super chat. We'll have to see who will be the number one super chatter in the stream. Just uploading in general. Oh, just uploading in general. Oh, thanks. I kind of think that sometimes my videos are like really random. Like today, like basically majority of me was just like unboxing some stuff, talking about random lights and Amazon stuff and like Facebook and how like they show you ads on Facebook and like that's pretty much one way I've been buying a lot of things lately is because of the ads on Facebook. But they're not like crap ads. They're like really good ads and they're things I want and they're also like really good deals. Like 50% off, you know? And it's like, yeah, I'll pay 50% off. Are you in the hotel? Yes, I live at a hotel. Live in a hotel. If you're broke, don't move to Cali. Like seriously, don't come out here thinking you're gonna make it working a service job. You need some degrees or at least nursing, plumbing, etc. Oh yeah, I would agree. You definitely gotta have a plan if you come out here, yo. You definitely have to have a plan if you come. What is this? Is this like another super chat? Oh, Marty, thanks for the super chat. For some reason, I did not see it come up here. Oh, because I'm not at the bottom here. Is this guy high? Oh, are my eyes really? Really tight. There might be really tight because I have this light like right here in front of me. That could be why. Jermaine, do you have a podcast on Amazon? I don't have a podcast on Amazon. Should I do a podcast on Amazon? There's so many places to do a podcast now. Facebook is having podcasts now. Cali is super expensive if you don't have a good job. You just have to know how to live in California, I would say. I like it when you go mobile and show around town. I tell you what, how about like I was really thinking about doing a 12-hour tomorrow. Don't know if I can actually pull off a 12-hour, but I was thinking about doing a 12-hour tomorrow. And yeah, I was thinking about doing that tomorrow. Thanks for the entertaining content. Oh, thanks, Riley Ford. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for the super chat. So I'm really thinking about doing a 12-hour live stream tomorrow. And basically, I would probably start it like I'm thinking I'd probably start it like early, and I would maybe start it at like 9 and like have coffee and stuff like that, and then you know go get in the car, get dropped off somewhere, and then start walking and like streaming, and then just go home and like do stuff at home, and then go back out. Like I was really thinking about doing. You guys want to do? Should I do a long IRL stream tomorrow? What do I do on tomorrow? I can attempt to do one. Maybe I tell you what I could do. I could start it for like I could start it for it could start I don't know. I want to do a 12-hour stream, but that's very hard. That's very difficult to commit to. It's very difficult to start streaming at 9 in the morning and you're still streaming at 9 at night, you know? So I can Madison, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I will yeah, I'm really sorry, Madison. Volume turned up. What do you mean the volume's turned up? My volume's turned up? Yes, if it doesn't affect you. If it doesn't affect me, I mean, if I can get super chats, yeah, it definitely won't affect me, you know? I think that the hardest part about streaming for that long is I think probably the hardest thing about streaming for that long is staying hydrated for that long. Because normally I wouldn't talk that much. And the more you talk, the more you're going to be dehydrated. That is going to be one thing that's tough. And then will your iPhone last during a 12-hour stream while you're traveling? Okay, so what I figured out what I could do is this. Since I use this app called StreamYard, basically it's like pretty much I stream to StreamYard, and then StreamYard sends it to different locations, okay? So since StreamYard sends it to different locations, if I go to it on my phone, I can access StreamYard. So I can just be out streaming in public with StreamYard. And then I can come home, okay? Once I come home, I can like sort of X off the stream. Like I wouldn't actually want to like exit off, but I would like actually stop the stream for a minute. Like so you would get an interruption on your end. And then what I would do, I would come over to the computer and I would start the stream on the computer right back from where it started from over there. And that way I would literally jump from the phone to the computer and I can just stream here for like 2 hours, 3 hours, or whatever. And then when I get ready to go back out, and that way the phone gets a break. And then when I get ready to go back out, I can be back on the phone. You know, another thing about streaming for that long is like after when you're streaming for like 5 hours or 6 hours, your eyes get tired of looking at the phone. Like no joke, eyes get tired of looking at the phone because the things are always popping on the screen, and if you're outside, you're straining, you know, because it's bright outside and you're looking at this bright phone, so like it's crazy on the eyes. You are smart. Oh, thanks. Oh, thanks, Marty, for the super chat. Thanks for the super chat. Jermaine, be real here. Do you think rents in SF will jump back to pre-COVID? Okay, this is my thing about the rents in SF. Okay, this is my whole thought. I'm gonna totally fill you guys in on this. Before the pandemic, the reason why the rents got so high is because of the tech workers. Okay, there was a lot of competition, with the tech workers. There was a lot of competition, right? So that's gonna shoot the prices up because you got all these people moving in. Now, for the past year, you had a lot of people take off and leave the city. I'm not gonna lie, a bunch of people in the city got burned, yo. There are a bunch of tech workers in this city that got burned. Now, what I mean by they got burned. This what happens. Imagine this right here, because you know how high rent is. This happened to a lot of people, and I knew someone this happened to, and I was actually there to help them out to a certain degree. Think about this. You just graduated college, okay? So you're looking for a job. You found a job making $60,000, $70,000 a year. Now you get to the city and you already know you got to pay, X amount, you got to pay X amount on your loans or whatever, student loans, or you got to pay X amount on, okay, whatever. Even if you don't have a loans, $60,000, right? That's really not that much money in the city, right? So maybe you section off $2,000 a month for rent. Okay, $2,000 a month for rent. You're gonna be paying $24,000 a year. Okay, when the pandemic hit, now $2,000 a month of rent, that's renting a room in a house before the pandemic, right? That was for real, renting a room in a house. Maybe you was paying $2,100 to rent a room in a house. But so what? You were living in the city, you were working for a tech company. Now, for the past year, okay, they said, oh, this virus, a lot of tech workers for real left the city. Okay. A lot of them left the city. It was so many apartments like on Craigslist where like people had like left and they're still paying the rent, right? And they're looking for someone to move in and they're still paying $2,000 a month, right? They're looking for someone to move in. They're looking for someone just to pay 1,500, right? Because at least they save $1,500 a month and they still got to come up with the rest of the 500. It was so many people like in that category. So one of the places I moved into, the place I moved into, not the Airbnb but the Airbnb before, the reason why I moved into that place and why it was so cheap was the guy was paying $2,100 in rent. Okay, but he had left the city to go back home with his parents because there was a lot of people living there. And like with the coronavirus, like they were all freaked out, like, oh yeah, we have to share the bathroom. So they all took off, but he was still paying the rent. Well, he took him, I don't know, until the middle of the summer until I moved in. So he had months of paying the rent, the full rent, right? He had months of paying the full rent. And then I eventually moved in and he was only charging me $1,300 and he was paying the rest. But that was still good because at least he was saving at least the $1,300 I was paying for, right? People that went through that in this past pandemic, because I know a lot of people that went through that, yo. People that went through that, they're not coming back to the city, yo. Because some people had to pay. Literally, it probably cost them like it could have cost some people $20,000 easily, $15,000 because they still pay for the rent, Or maybe it was a type of situation where like you live in a spot and you share a room with someone, and you paying $1,000 a month to share a room with someone, and then you take off because well you're not going to work because your work so you got to work from home. Well, now since you got to work from home, like remember you sharing a room. So like, what are you gonna do? Like hang out in the room? So like, dude, so many people got burned like that. So to say the rent prices are gonna go up, you need something to happen that I don't see that's gonna happen. For the rent prices to go up, you gotta get all of that demand to come back. You gotta get that high price demand to come back. Because remember all those jobs was fueling people to pay higher amounts of rent. So you gotta get people to come back. Now, people are returning back to the city, but the people I see coming back to the city are people that's taking public transportation, meaning that they live like, somewhere else in the Bay Area. Now, the tech workers are slowly gonna come back, they say in, towards the end of the year. September, October, they say that this is when the tech workers are gonna come back. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think some will come back. But come on, dude. Come on. It makes no sense. It for real, it makes no sense for all these people to commute just to sit in the office when a lot of them are just, live streaming and not live streaming, but they're doing video chats with someone in another office. You might as well just be at home with a Zoom background behind you, you know? So I really don't I really don't see how I really don't see how it can just go back up. Now, that does not mean that does not mean that, prices won't go up over time. I just don't think that they're just gonna jump up. This is just my guess. Um, I mean, I just don't think it's gonna jump up anytime soon. How to join an Eastgate group. If you want to join an Eastgate, Eastgate group, you want to join one. Let me see if I can find one for you. Let me log into Facebook here. Okay, I really don't want to log into Facebook. I'll show you some other time. I'm not gonna do it right now. Uh, cutting out for now. Thanks much, Gucci, for being here. Oh, that's what's up. Is there a eviction moratorium there? I don't know much about an eviction moratorium here. There could be, but I don't know anything about it. Sorry, guys. I want to put freaking glasses on. So much better. So much better. Easy on the eyes. Let's see. I get a pandemic deal, $1,900 for a studio with no kitchen. Everybody I know was like, uh, I was left, went to Miami. Oh, everybody took off and went to Miami. A lot of people went to Miami. A lot of people went to Austin. Is Gavin Newsom going to get recalled? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Like, that's a really good question. I mean, I keep seeing stuff on the internet talking about it, but is it actually happening? I don't know if it's actually happening. That's a really good question. But I don't really care. Like, I like Meet Kevin, but I don't think he's gonna win. I think running for governor is a very difficult job. I don't know. I'm all like yawning now. Jermaine, thank you so much for the SF Rent Insight. I miss your Africa cross country travel videos. Yes, I definitely I miss traveling too. I would travel again, but it's just not worth it for me right now with the pandemic going on. Like, it's definitely not worth it. Like, I would just rather not travel right now. I would rather not travel right now. Bottom line. And I don't know about Gavin Newsom. We'll have to see if he gets recalled. I don't know when I'm gonna travel. Maybe I don't know. I don't know, cause it's so easy to stay here right now. So easy to stay here. If I go anywhere, it's gonna be like $100 a day, you know, versus if I stay here. Are you paying rent or are you yes, I am paying rent. Yeah, I live in a hotel. People always wonder, they always ask, they always wonder, like, bro, like, do you live in a hotel? Like your videos, it just looks like you live in a hotel. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, I actually live in a hotel. SF hotels booming now. Well, there are a lot more tourists in the city. A lot more tourists in the city. Earlier, I was in Union Square, and I was just really surprised to see so much action going on. Mm. So, California, damn, how much do you pay? So I pay 1,500 a month. I think I think the place now, I think it's like 1,800 a month if you want to live here. Well, those are the cheaper rooms. Why do you live in a hotel? I like living in a hotel. I think it's really cool. It's kind of flexible. One bad thing is there is no kitchen, but that's not necessarily a bad thing if you don't like to cook and if you're not the type that cooks. I don't really like to cook, so I'm totally cool with no kitchen. I go to my boo's house, and my boo has a kitchen. My boo cooks. So, does your door have a do not disturb sign? My door does not have a do not disturb sign. But you know what? That would be a really good idea. Dang, hella expensive. What do you mean it's hella expensive? Why do you think it's hella expensive? I mean, that's crazy because there's one reason why I won't leave this city because I think leaving the city will be more expensive than yeah, I think leaving the city will be more expensive, yo. I don't have a $10 electric skillet. I have a George Foreman grill that I use for Beyond Burgers. I go outside and cook on the roof. And then I also have an Instapot that I use. I use that. I'll use it indoors, but I cook corn, cook potatoes, cook rice in the Instapot. It's really, really easy to clean, the rent. Oh, you said the rent's expensive? Well, no, I say the rent is not expensive. And the reason how I justify that, the reason why I've come up with this conclusion that rent is not as expensive is the rent is not expensive is what most people think it is think about this right here. Think about this right here. Okay. If I okay, I pay $1,500 a rent. Now I also live like in downtown in the city. Okay. So since I live downtown in the city, guess what? I can get away with not having a car, right? So since I ain't got a car, like I can save all the expenses of not owning a car. So we take away all of that. We take that all out the equation. All right. So now I don't even have the expense. No, no, not buying the $5 a gallon gas, not paying car insurance, not getting no tickets. So we got that all out the way. Okay. I don't even know what that cost would be, but let's kind of name it off. Now, if I was renting a car right now, or let's say if I was buying a car, maybe I would have to be paying $500 a month. Okay. All right. And then maybe insurance $100 a month. And then maybe, gas if I'm doing deliveries, I don't know, $400 a month. Well, right off the bat, I'm already saving because I don't have that all the car fees, right? The car bills because I get the bikes, right? And also, someone says that car sharing programs are good here. Car share programs are good if I need to take a car to go outside the city. Yes, But another reason that makes living in a hotel not a bad idea is whenever you look at down south, okay, people, at least my mom, I think my mom pays, I think she said she paid $600 a month in rent, and she has a 2-bedroom apartment, right? She pays $200, no, $600 a month in rent, but her utility bill sometimes can be like $600, right? So let that sink in for a second. Okay, I want you to just let that sink in. What I just said, let that sink in for a second. Okay. My mom pays, $600 for a 2-bedroom apartment. No, yeah, $600 for a 2-bedroom apartment. But sometimes the utility bill can be $600. That's $1,200 off the bat. All right. Now, that's not including a car, bro. That's not including a car. That's not including, car insurance, gas, keeping up on the maintenance of the car. I mean, you already that's $1,200 just in rent and utilities. Staying at the hotel, I ain't gotta worry about no utilities. Utilities included. I ain't gotta worry about, setting aside, money for the internet. We got slow internet here, but it's good enough for a little YouTube video or something like that. So that's kind of why I won't leave the city, because I know if I leave the city, I know I gotta have me a car, right? I gotta start driving, I gotta start paying gas, I gotta worry about, getting pulled over, because I'm black and it's a Friday night, and I rode through the wrong neighborhood, I ain't even gotta worry about that. Like I just stay in the city, ride a bike, ride a skateboard, you know. Bro, I know so many people that pay like $20 to $30 a day every day and just gasoline. Like for real. Oh, you just cashed out me? Hold on, let me see. Yes. For real, that's a lot of money, yo. Yes, yes, yes. Steve, thanks for the super chat, yo. It's not the super chat. Thanks for the cash out. Steve just hit your homeboy on the cash out. Yes, yes, yes. Thanks, Steve. Steve always be coming through. Steve hit it on the cash out because cash out cool like that. YouTube's okay too. If you want to, do it on YouTube, but Cash App is actually a whole lot better. So thank you, Steve, for hitting it on the Cash App. Don't leave the city. Things will get better. Yeah, I think things will get better. You are smart, Jermaine. Oh yeah, I mean, I just kind of look at it like, yeah, the city is expensive. The rent is a fixed cost. Yeah, that's expensive. But people don't pay a variable costs. They don't pay those. They don't pay those as much attention as they pay the fixed costs. The fixed costs, living in the city, the fixed cost, the rent is gonna be the biggest thing. So it's so easy to point the finger at the biggest thing, right? But you can go live in a place like Memphis, Tennessee, right? And you can have cheap rent. But then when you sit back and add up your numbers, yo, it's like it ain't even it may not be, it may not even be the same deck of cards, you know what I mean? It may not even be the same. It may not, I don't know. It's just things ain't equal. Every place is like different. I think in certain parts of New York, I think certain parts of New York, the numbers could actually be even better than here. No, actually, the numbers in New York would probably be better than here. And the reason why I would say the numbers in New York could probably be even better than here is because of number one, New York is cheaper places to pick from, right? You got cheaper places to pick from. And believe it or not, in New York, I actually believe if you are a single person, someone like me, right? Someone that's doing deliveries and hustling like that, just self-employed. I believe someone like me could make way more money in New York versus San Francisco. And the reason why I would say that is just because it's so much bigger. There's way more people, and the people are like more like intermingled. People talk to each other more. Things spread in New York so much faster. Than the Bay Area. The Bay Area is a little different. People are a little bit more cold in the Bay Area. People are like, oh, I don't mess with them folks. Oh, no, I don't mess with them folks. It's a little bit different in New York. People are just very loud. You know what I mean? People are just very loud. Like you walk in somewhere, people are, hey man, you got something white around your mouth. They're gonna call you out, in front of everybody. You got, it's a whole nother like get down. And I'm not trying to, knock SF. Like I live in SF, Like, come on, like I love it. But once again, I can definitely notice and point out like the cultural differences between the two. Because SF is a little bit on the I don't know, is it just like everybody smoking weed around here or something? Like I don't get it. No, not like that. I'm kind of being sarcastic here. Yes, we just hit 100 viewers. Cool. Insurance is very reasonable. Very reasonable. Well, yeah, insurance is reasonable, but you also got to think about it's not just insurance. It's also registration at the end of the year, the beginning of the year and all that. It's maybe you got to get a smog, maybe you got to, get a little, you got to get something fixed on your car. It's just more stress, it's just more things. Oakland is always known to be upfront. Oakland is known to be upfront, but the thing about Oakland, yes, I would say people in Oakland are more upfront. But Oakland is not a Brooklyn. Mm-mm. Oakland is not a Brooklyn. Oakland is more like Oakland more reminds me of a place you would go to in LA. And the reason why I say Oakland reminds you of a place you would go to more in LA is because New York is all of a city vibe, right? You walking down the street, like you in tight places all the time. Like you taking trains, you taking buses. Oakland ain't like that. Oakland has buses and Oakland has trains, but that it ain't got that same culture. Oakland is California, yo. Like it's still kind of like another place you would go to in LA. It's just different. Another place you would go to in the car in LA, basically. Don't forget parking. If you got a good car, you got to get a garage. That's major bank in SF. Garages are gonna break you on SF, yo. Like for real, a garage will break you, yo. Like for real, I'm telling you, a garage will break you. Cause man, it's some parking spots like in the financial district and in the East Cut, $500 a month. They hitting you with $500 a month. That's what. That's. I mean, what? That's what. How much money is that a day? Sorry, I like look. I don't look. I'm not trying to use my head like that right now. That's $16.16 a day. That's a lot of money, yo. Just think about if you was putting that in the stock market every day for 10 years. Ooh, wait. My garage in the marina. Oh my gosh. How I missed that. The thing about I'm gonna tell you something else about having a garage in the city, yo. This real talk right here. Having a garage in the city is nice. But having a garage in the city could actually be hell. It could be a motherfucker, yo. The reason why I say that is I don't think a lot of people just realize just how nice it is to have a car and you just pull up in a driveway and that's your spot. Like you don't have to worry about it, right? But in the city, people get a garage, right? And if you live in an apartment building, that's different because you got an actual parking garage. Okay. But if you live in a house, sometimes you may have a what you call a weird type garage, right? So not too long ago, my boo and I was staying at this house, right? And we had to park in the garage, and they had an elevator in the garage. And I was thinking to myself, babe, could you imagine doing this every day? Like you gotta go drive up, put the car in the elevator, jack the car up like in the garage on the elevator. And then someone else got to park the car underneath you. And then before you get ready to go, you gotta make sure that the car underneath you is gone, right? And then if it's not, you gotta get them to move their car. And then when they move their car, you gotta lower the elevator down. You gotta get in the car. You gotta slowly back out the driveway. You gotta slowly back out the driveway and not hit the sides. And it's so damn tight in these little driveways. Yo, I'm talking about you got this much on this side and you got by this much on that side, yo. And you out there turning the wheel. And of course, you bagging out the driveway on a freaking hill, yo. So like you gotta every time you pulling out the driveway, man, you gotta be so tight, gotta be so in with precision. You gotta make sure ain't no car coming up the hill about to hit you from behind. You gotta make sure ain't nobody on a damn bike coming down the hill. You gotta make sure, ain't nobody and dropped a bottle of water and is rolling down the hill and you gonna hit them because they trying to catch their bottle of water that's rolling down the damn hill because you trying to pull out of a tight ass garage with a freaking elevator in your garage on a hill, and it's dark outside and it's windy and it's foggy too on top of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's crazy. It's crazy, yo. I mean, Oakland before gentrification was sweet. A whole different cool vibe. Oh, you think it was a different vibe? Oakland and SF are two different worlds. They're definitely two different worlds. I lived in a garage for a year. It was actually not bad. I would imagine. I've lived in a shed in Santa Barbara. I lived in a shed. You know, one of those sheds that you get from like Home Depot. I lived in one of those. I mean, it had really good Wi-Fi, so I was pretty chill with that. I think they were charging me like $500 a month. I was renting it from this Mexican family. They didn't speak any English, and they would let me go inside to use the restroom. So that was cool. It worked. I was a driver for Yellow. I know how to drive. Oh, you used to drive for Yellow. Oh, wow. So, yeah, you for real know how to drive down by the river in a van down by the river. It's not like that all the time when you're pulling it out of a garage. Come on. I mean, not every garage, but like this garage we were staying at this house, yo. I'm telling you, man. I don't get it, yo. And y'all paid $2 million for this house? Oh, what the fuck? It's just too much. I would probably just rather park on the street, let the people break in the car 3, 4 to 5 times a year, Huh. I bet it was cool in the shade in Santa Barbara. The shade was cool. Well, you also got to think it doesn't get that cold in Santa Barbara. No, it doesn't get that cold. Do you have any clue how funny and entertaining you are? I mean, I'm just sitting in front of the camera having a good time, y'all. That is that's what I'm doing right now. I think I'm gonna have to end this stream soon. I can stream till like 6:30 because I gotta meet my boo. And we're gonna like do something. It's crazy. Like my views have been I've noticed on YouTube my views have been going up. And I think I'm getting people from other platforms. It's pretty cool. Skateboard question, direct drive or hub. I like direct drive. Yeah. I mean hubs are not bad, but I like belts more than hubs. What do you think about Portland? What do I think about Portland? So I've actually spent a little bit of time in Portland. Well, not a little bit of time. I've visited Portland a couple times. I think Portland's very, very cool and funky. It definitely rains a lot. It's one of those places where like, it would, foggy place. Like I would love to, chill all day, get a vegan girlfriend, make out all day, smoke weed all day. Like, I mean, it's kind of one of them type places, like, not too many sunny days. Definitely no California, You are very nice guy. Speak clear and interesting things. Oh, thanks. Thanks. What's your fave SF restaurant? Probably Oasis. It's a falafel shop down on Drum Street near Embarcadero, in between California and Sacramento Street. What is Dogecoin worth to invest in? Is Dogecoin worth to invest in? I'm staying away from meme coins right now. I'm trying to buy stock that I think is going to be for real good stocks in the future. And I'm just crossing my fingers that one of those stocks turn into a meme stock, and I can like quadruple my money in a short amount of time just because I'm already in at a good price, at a low price. And then maybe one of the stocks I'm in goes viral or something. Like that's really what I'm banking on now. And come on, that's not banking much. Um, so you're paying about $40 a day to stay in a hotel in the center of SF. That is pretty good considering service and bonus like cleaning and security. Well, the thing is, we don't there is no room service here. So like no one comes into my room. And there is also there's no room service, and like this is very random, but like I don't know why they don't do this, but like they won't let us use a they won't let us use a vacuum cleaner, which is like it's kind of weird. Like, like I haven't vacuumed my floor in like a long time. Like I want to buy a vacuum cleaner, but it's like do I get one of those electronic vacuum cleaners that's gonna miss so many spots, or do I get like a stand-up vacuum cleaner? And then this place is so small. Like, do I just sweep with a broom? So lately, I've just been sweeping with a broom. So like it's kind of crazy. Are you stoned? What up, Hippie Island? No, I'm just like covering my eyes because I got a new light. Check out this new light, y'all. Check this out. Okay, watch this. Ooh. 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 I am green. Got that dark blue up in here. Got that dark blue up in here, yo. Let's keep it on this one for a minute. Yes. Yeah. Look like it's nighttime up in this joint. Look like I'm streaming on Twitch. Hotel probably doesn't want the noise from the vacuum. No, so you can have a vacuum cleaner, but they won't let you borrow one. So that's why I'm like, they tripping. Well, I'm not saying they're tripping. Like, I totally get it if they won't let you borrow one. You just gotta have your own. Ethereum is future. I think so. I like Ethereum, yo. I had a great life in SF, living in the marina for 800 USD with a garage for 7 years. Oh, that is dope. Cool. What is that like? This is called the newer 66, the 660. So it's pretty dope. That's like really bright though. It's like it's crushing me because that's like the brightest bright on blue. It's like for real. Like, I can feel it like baking me. That's better. But maybe late at night I will do something like that, but I won't have it like in front of me. I have it like off to the side or something, like the blue. Yeah, the blue's dope, right? Probably like matters. Hiking lately? No hiking lately. Your it's your boy Alex in the crib with no power, bro. What happened, New York? They ran out of power or something? I need those shades. I love these shades, yo. I ordered some new ones. I ordered like 2 pair, and they are not around. The Castro is nice if you're gay, or if you got a partner that loves to go to the Castro. My boo loves to go to the cash show, y'all. But we haven't went in some time. But my boo likes it for some reason. Have a great rest of your day, Jermaine. Take care. Catch you on the next one. Cool. Cool. That sounds like a plan. That sounds like fun. Okay, so anyway, guys, I'm gonna get ready to get off here because I'm gonna get ready to leave very, very soon. I want to thank you guys for all the super chats. I will. I don't know for sure if I'm gonna stream 12 hours tomorrow. And yeah, that's pretty much what I got going on. But anyway, I want to say thank you guys for tuning in. I love all of y'all. Yeah, maybe I'll do a live stream tomorrow in the morning. That's what I'm thinking. All right. But cool. Peace out, yo. Ow.